Sigma males have many admirable qualities. They are often deep thinkers, independent, and reflective. But sometimes people don't understand them as well as they could. While every Sigma is different, here are 10 ways to help you understand them better. 1. They aren't naturally extroverted. Sigma males are usually very intelligent and have many interesting things to say, but they often don't feel the need to talk. In fact, they might even prefer to listen instead of talking. Sigma males can be introverted in social situations, which can be difficult for people to understand. This doesn't mean they don't like socializing, but they often find small talk to be boring, especially since most of it is about the weather or other trivial things. They'd rather have a deep conversation about something with opinions and facts. They might not always be the life of the party, but they're usually the ones that people want to talk to. 2. They like to figure things out on their own. Sigma males are independent thinkers who like to figure things out for themselves. They're not the type of people who take things at face value or accept things without question. They need to understand why something is the way it is and are always looking for patterns. They enjoy finding the solution themselves instead of being told the answer. This can sometimes make them seem stubborn, but it's just because they like to think things through for themselves. While many prefer to have someone else tell them what to do, Sigmas prefer to figure it out themselves. This can make them seem difficult to deal with because they're always challenging people and questioning their beliefs. They're not afraid to change their mind if they find evidence that contradicts their beliefs. 3. They're always thinking. Sigma males are constantly processing information and looking for patterns. This can make them seem aloof or uninterested, when in reality, they're just deep in thought. You can often tell a Sigma is thinking about something by the look on their face. There is no off switch for their brain, so they are always thinking about something, even if they seem to be zoning out. They could be thinking about a problem they're trying to solve or mulling over a decision they have to make. Either way, their mind is always working. This can be exhausting for them, so sometimes they need time alone to recharge. 4. They like to be alone. Sigma men prefer to spend time alone daily to recharge their batteries. This is because they are constantly thinking and processing information, and they need some time to themselves to sort it all out. Being around people all the time can be draining for them. They might not want to be alone all the time, but they definitely need some time every day. This doesn't mean they don't like people, it just means they need time alone to recharge their batteries. They often enjoy solitary activities such as driving, reading, or working on a project. This can be difficult for people to understand because they often see Sigmas as standoffish or unfriendly. 5. They have a subtle charm. Sigma males are often very attractive to women. They have a certain charm that is hard to define, but it's definitely there. They're often very confident and have a great sense of humor. They also tend to be a bit mysterious, which can be intriguing to women. Sigmas know how to make themselves seem attractive without being too obvious about it. They're usually very good at reading people and know how to adjust their behavior to make themselves more appealing. This can sometimes make them seem a bit manipulative, but it's just because they know what people want. 6. They can be competitive. While Sigma males might not show it, they can be very competitive people. Their competitive nature is not about beating others, but about proving to themselves that they can do it. They're often very hard on themselves, and they set high standards. This can sometimes make them seem like perfectionists, but it's just because they know there is always room to grow. They're never satisfied with mediocrity and always want to be better. Sigma men are always competing with their last year's version and consistently trying to better themselves, whether it's in their career, hobby, or personal life. If they are the same as they were last year, they'll start to feel stagnant and unfulfilled. While many people don't bother to set goals or challenge themselves, Sigma males needed to feel alive. There aren't a lot of people earning almost the same for 2, 5, or even 10 years without any sign of progression. I bet you know quite a few of those people. Of course, there are always exceptions, but most people get comfortable with what they have and stop pushing themselves to do more. This doesn't sit well with Sigmas, as they'll start to feel like they're not using their full potential and skills. They need to know that they're constantly growing and improving, otherwise, they'll get bored and restless. They have high expectations not just for themselves but also for the people around them. This can sometimes make them seem demanding, but it's just because they want the best for everyone. 7. They're usually right. They tend to be right a lot, which can be frustrating for people around them. They're often able to see things others can't, and they're very good at reading people. This combination often leads to them being right about things, even when they can't explain why they know it. While it can be annoying to have someone who is always right, it's also helpful. Sigma males can be a great sounding board for decisions because they're usually able to see all sides of a situation. They can also help you understand why you feel the way you do about something. While they may not be right all the time, they're usually right more often than not. They don't impose their views on others, but are often happy to share their insights if asked. 8. They're private people. When it comes to their personal lives, Sigma men are very private people. They don't like to share much about themselves and prefer to keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves. This can make them seem distant or uninterested, but it's just because they're private people. They only open up to people they trust, and even then, they might not share everything. It takes a long time for a Sigma to let someone in, but once they do, they're usually very loyal friends. They're also very good at keeping secrets, which can be a valuable trait in a friend. While they might not share much about themselves, they're usually very interested in other people. They're good at reading people and often know more about someone than that person realizes. This is because they pay attention to the little details and remember everything they hear. People often get amazed at how much a Sigma knows about them, even though the Sigma man might not have said anything. 9. They're good at giving advice. If you ever need advice, a Sigma man is an excellent person. They're usually very level-headed and have a lot of wisdom. They can see both sides of every issue and often know what's best for people, even if they don't want to hear it. Sigma males are also very honest, so you can always count on them to give you an unbiased opinion. They won't sugarcoat anything just to make you feel better, but they will try to help you see the situation in a different light. This can sometimes make them seem a bit blunt, but it's just because they want to help you see the truth. While some fake friends will tell you what you want to hear, Sigmas will tell you what you need to hear. So if you ever need some advice, don't be afraid to ask a Sigma. 10. They have a strong moral compass. Sigma men are usually very principled people. They have a strong sense of right and wrong, and they always try to do the right thing. They're often very honest and have a lot of integrity. This can sometimes make them seem a bit inflexible, but it's just because they have strong convictions. Sigma males are also very fair-minded and usually give people the benefit of the doubt. They believe that everyone is capable of redemption, and they're always willing to give people second chances. This doesn't mean they're pushovers, but they're usually very forgiving. Of course, they will always stand up for what they believe in, and they will never compromise their values.